like to now discuss the kinematic sequence in pitching. Now, again, the idea is to recruit energy from the ground. You see this when someone digs in at the pitcher's mound against the rubber. They're recruiting energy into the ground. The first move is the lateral move. You go forward. You go forward. And a big thing to realize about going forward is in all of these sports, baseball, golf, tennis, you name it, that involve the sequencing of this sort, you have to notice the following, that as I make the lateral move forward, I take the last part of what has to move, in this case my arm, it goes backwards. And when it goes backwards, it creates a stretch. This side stretches, this side bends a little. Go down, and on the rubber, you go down, so this is bending here, just a little, and this is stretching. This is the last thing that's going to move of its own accord, but it moves back as you go forward. This is not how the kinematic sequence would work. This is step one. Step two, once you go forward, you're braking. When you brake, you'll notice, I'm trying to talk to you so my shoulders will be a little more turned than they would be if I were pitching. You'll notice that braking here leads to the energy moving up to my hips. I'm braking in this angle, and the pressure back is in this angle. And that means I'm beginning to torque and rotate. My shoulders, relative to my pelvis, have not moved of their own accord. They've been moved a bit by my pelvis. See, my shoulders have moved as a consequence of my pelvis rotating. And, however, relative to my pelvis, notice, relative to my pelvis, my shoulders remain square. They're pointing this way, my pelvis is pointing that way. My pelvis is pointing that way, my shoulders are still pointing more or less straight ahead at the target. Finally, as my shoulders are set free and the energy is moved up from my hips or pelvis to my shoulders, my arm is moving with my shoulders all being thrown out in this direction. So my arm is moving, not of its own accord, but as a result of my shoulder moving. Ultimately, my arm moves on its own. And it looks like this on the side.